The PNY RTX 5060 is one of the more affordable versions of NVIDIA's mainstream Blackwell graphics card. And the good news is that PNY did not overcomplicate the design. You get a compact 2-slot cooler, a standard 8-pin power connector, and performance that targets competitive 1080p gaming rather than ultra settings at higher resolutions. On paper, the specifications look solid, with 3,840 CUDA cores, 8 GB of GDDR7 memory on a 128-bit bus, 448 GB per second of memory bandwidth, and a 145-watt power draw. The card also supports DLSS 4, multi-frame generation, Reflex 2, and PCIe 5.0. For esports titles such as Counter-Strike 2, Valorant, Fortnite, and Apex Legends, the RTX 5060 performs extremely well. Pair it with a capable processor and a 240Hz monitor, and you can expect consistently high frame rates at 1080p. Community feedback also suggests that undervolting can improve temperatures and frame time consistency without sacrificing performance. The biggest problem is the 8 GB of VRAM. In 2026, that amount of memory is becoming a real limitation in newer games, especially at 1440p or when using high-resolution texture packs. Once games exceed the available memory, stuttering and inconsistent frame pacing become more noticeable even if average frame rates remain acceptable. DLSS 4 helps extend the life of the card because frame generation can significantly boost performance in supported games, but it is not a perfect solution. You still need to lower texture settings in demanding titles, and relying heavily on frame generation can introduce additional latency and visual artifacts in some scenarios. As for PNY's specific implementation, the dual-fan cooler receives generally positive feedback. The card runs cool, fits easily into smaller cases, and uses a standard 8-pin connector instead of the newer 12-volt connector found on some higher-end cards. That makes it easier to install in existing systems with older power supplies. PNY recommends a 550-watt power supply. Build quality is functional rather than premium. You will not find elaborate RGB lighting or oversized coolers here, but that simplicity works in the card's favor because it remains compact, quiet, and relatively affordable. The final verdict is that the PNY RTX 5060 is worth buying if your focus is high refresh rate, 1080p gaming, esports titles, and NVIDIA features like DLSS 4 and Reflex 2. However, if you plan to keep your graphics card for many years or want to play future AAA games at 1440p with maximum settings, the 8 GB of VRAM make it a difficult long-term recommendation. At prices close to its suggested retail price, it is a good value. But if a 12 or 16 GB alternative is only slightly more expensive, that extra memory will likely age much better. Ray tracing performance is decent for an entry-level Blackwell card, but expectations should remain realistic because enabling higher ray tracing settings in demanding games often requires DLSS to maintain smooth frame rates. Content creators with lighter workloads may also find the card appealing thanks to NVIDIA Studio driver support and the latest NVENC encoder, which helps with video editing, streaming, and gameplay recording without putting as much load on the processor. Another advantage of the PNY model is its compact size, because the shorter dual-fan design fits easily into many micro ATX and mini ITX cases, where larger triple-fan cards may not fit comfortably. Thermal performance is generally solid with the dual-fan cooler keeping temperatures under control during long gaming sessions, while maintaining relatively quiet operation compared to some budget graphics cards with more aggressive fan profiles.